Self-love isn't selfish. Practicing self-love is a form of self-care. And when we engage in these practices, this is when we're able to show up as our best selves to be able to help as a collective. So many people tend to not understand what self-love or confidence really means. There's sometimes this thing where we tend to mix everything up with like narcissism or selfishness. But one of the facts is that we are born alone and we die alone, right? Even though we can be part of a family, a community, we're still individuals. And at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own healing, our own evolution, and our own development in a way that if we are not taking care of ourselves, we can't necessarily be expected to take care of other people. When that happens, that's when codependency and stuff like that starts to show up, which in its of itself is not really helping other people. We're only going to be able to be the best versions of ourselves and see a world that is changing for the better only when we are stepping into our power and we are taking care of ourselves. And it really starts by loving ourselves. When I say self-love, I'm really talking about having practices like daily routines, for example, um, when it comes to like grooming and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking about exercising, really taking care of our bodies. I'm talking about choosing to prioritize sleep and rest and play. I'm talking about choosing to eat foods that nourishes not only our physical body but also our soul, and doing all of these things that helps us feel the best and also look the best. You know, taking care of your appearance isn't a bad thing. You have to look your best. You have to accept how you look, but you also can look your best and, you know, dress in a way that you find appealing and style your hair and have makeup or tattoos. I think all of those things help for people to feel the best and look the best. And all of those small things, they translate in the energy and the way you show up. You're more willing to want to be seen. You're more willing to feel like you can contribute in a way that you can participate in society. You know, it's not only just about showing up and going to work, but it's also in your hobbies and the activities you do outside of work and the communities that you follow online and stuff like that. It's all of those things, all of those things. Every single small contribution matters, but it's not about just being physically there. It's also being there on an emotional and a spiritual level that is equally important. And you have to have a level of self-love to really be able to engage in that way. It's really important. I feel like, you know, if more people were mentally and physically and spiritually taken care of, then more people would feel like they can share, that they can be a teacher, that they can, you know, participate in society, not necessarily in a way that's monetized, but in a way where, you know, I think more people could feel that your participation matters, because if your cup is full, if your needs are met, then you are more likely to be able to pour your cup into other people's cups. If everyone had their needs met, there would no there wouldn't be any jealousy, there wouldn't be any people copying each other, people stealing from each other in any way. There wouldn't be any of those things if all of our needs were met. If we were able to take care of ourselves, then we would be able to take care of others. We wouldn't look down on people who are less than us or feel like we can't help them. But also, we wouldn't feel envy for people who probably have something that we don't. It's almost like when we feel good, it creates like a ripple effect, and it kind of becomes contagious. How sometimes I might have a really bad day, and I also have a micro interaction with someone who's smiling, something like that. And then you just realize how just that, it really brightens up your day. Being able to be in around those kinds of energies, that's really what we need. We need to be for ourselves first, that beacon of light. We need to be able to create within ourselves that light, that warmth. And by doing so, we can show up in our communities, in our neighborhoods, and spread that joy just by physically showing up and physically being there. It's really important. Self love.